But this ain't the cloud's fault. This ain't God's fault. This ain't my fault. Motherfucker, this is your fault. This is you not doing what you need to do. This is you blaming everybody else for your fucking shortcomings. The moment people stop blaming everybody else, the moment people stop worrying about everybody else and why they're successful and how did they get there, I bet they did this, and start hating and try to diminish what people have accomplished, and you start focusing on yourself, you will better your life, I swear to God. I swear, like, I don't get into that minutia. I love to see success. I don't give a shit how somebody got from A to Z. I love to see that they got to Z. I'm happy for them. I'm not tearing them down. I admire them and I want to get to Z. That's how life should be. One of my chapters in my book is there's no elevator in life. You got to take the stairs. If you're trying to lose weight, you're not losing 100 pounds tomorrow. You're losing 1. If you're trying to go up to the 100th floor of a $100 million company or a $1 billion company, you got to do $1 million first. Then 2, then 5, then 10. And you got to stay in the moment and stay present. Because the biggest problem I see with entrepreneurs or business owners or anybody in life trying to do big things is they get defeated right when they start because it doesn't go their way. Because they walk up to it, it's just too much. How the hell am I going to get to the top? Lower your expectations for tomorrow, for next week. Why? Because I shorten my goals so they're obtainable. Because when you start obtaining your goals, you start getting those wins, you start getting confidence, you start getting momentum. Momentum leads to success. And all of a sudden you turn around and you go, holy shit, I remember we were doing 5 million. Oh my God, I remember we were doing 50 million. Oh, we're doing it. Like, that's what happens. You don't get lost in the moment, you stay in the moment working. And that moment, that line just changes. You're moving it forward. The chains are moving.
And a light bulb went off for me and I said, holy shit. I'm trying to explain to people who don't understand and will never understand, even if I show them the damn shit in their face, they're going to have their own personality, perception of me because they're jackasses. I'm wasting my energy, my breath, my emotions on these jackasses. I've got to focus on, if you're not my people, you're not my people. I move on. And I think in life, we've all hit that part in life where we feel like we got to defend something. And guys, some people just don't want to hear what you're saying. And that's okay. Some people won't believe what you're saying. That's okay. They're not your people. The world's bigger than you can imagine.
When people can put their ego to the side. I heard ego is not your amigo earlier. I love that. If you can put your ego to the side and realize that you don't have to be great at everything. As an entrepreneur, you feel like, I've got to do all the things. I got to be the best at this, and the best at finance, the best at sales, the best at production, the best at operations, the best at marketing. No, you don't. You have to be maybe the solo player for a little bit, and then when you get good enough, you need to see what's most important and find somebody who has skills you don't. And then you do it again. And then you do it again. Every one of my executives brought a quality that I didn't have. Doesn't mean I couldn't do those things good, but they were better at certain things. And that's important. Because that's how you can level up your business. And you learn from them, and they learn from you, and you work as a team. But the ego's got to go, it's got to leave. You don't have to be the greatest at everything. That's how you fail.
How many of you got friends out there, right? And you're having to feel like you're walking on a thin sheet of ice and tiptoeing around to not piss them off, to not hurt their feelings because you care so much about the friendship, you care so much about hanging out, you care so much about spending time, but they don't put in the same effort. They don't put in the same concern. They don't put in the same thought process and being concerned of how you feel. You got to understand, in life, there are givers and there are takers. In life, there are people that go above and beyond and people that don't. Does that make those that go above and beyond better than those that don't? No. It makes them different. I believe everyone needs a few friends. You don't need 10. You don't need 5. You need 2 or 3. And look, if you don't have any friends right now, get you some friends. Start talking to people. Start mingling. You know, sometimes you do things you're uncomfortable with. Life is part of living uncomfortable. Like, you can't just be comfortable in life. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to try new things, eat new foods, go new places. It's the only way to make friends. And then when you make friends, you try to keep those friends, but you got to put in the work. Nothing is free. Relationships aren't free. You got to put the effort in. How you doing, homie? You good? Great. I'm fantastic. How are the kids? High five. The wife's good? Awesome. You got to check in with people. It can't just be about yourself. It's got to be about them. No one will ever tell me that, oh man, my employees don't steal. No, they steal. It's how much, okay? Because people steal. How much do they steal is what you got to try to control. You can't lose your shit that people steal. They're going to steal. How much and how much control you put in place is what's key. So I tell people, like, if you're worried about that and as you're growing, you don't want to be bleeding and not know. You want to have controls in place. I assure you, it's not if they're stealing, it's how much. There's theft. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. People justify it. Well, the company makes this, it's fine. Well, they won't feel this, it's fine. They justify it, but it's theft. It's what I've seen in every business. I haven't seen it not happen. I'm not saying everybody's a thief. I'm saying you got people stealing. You know, when you talk about setting goals, I talk about all the time, you want to establish clear, measurable, achievable goals that align with your long-term vision. And part of that, you know, when you're running a business or you're running a sales empire, or you're in real estate or you're building a company, is we have these big long-term goals. We're like, you know what, we're going to accomplish this. I want to do 10 million this year. I want to do 20 million this year. But you got to focus on this week's goal. You got to focus on this month's goal. You got to focus on next month's goal, the next 90 days. And when I remind myself, and I have to do that all the time, okay, slow down. What's my goal this week? And I think it's important. I don't care how big or small you are in business, whether you're starting, whether you're doing 200,000 a year, whether you're doing 2 million a year, whether you're doing 20 or doing 200, it comes back to realistically setting those goals that are attainable and measurable that you can put in front of yourself and you want to be able to obtain them. If you set goals that you can't get, you're just going to get discouraged. You're not going to be able to get to the next level. You're not going to be able to better yourself and get that momentum and build that confidence. Everything is about confidence. So much changes in 1 year. So much changes in 6 months. And that's when you go back and you look at it. You look at it to see your progress, but you always focus forward. I got news for you. I fucking love me some me. I love my family. I love my wife. I love my kids. I love my business. I love my friends. I love my business partners. I love my podcast listeners, and I love my followers. But I'll tell you what, I also love me some motherfucking me. So you're not going to hear me go, well, you know, this guy's this because of that. And this guy's only this because of that, because I'm a secure motherfucker. When I walk into the building, I'm the most secure motherfucker. And I'm not the most secure because I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, I'm the hottest, I'm the richest. I'm the most secure because I fucking choose to be, because I love me some me. And when you love you some you can go out there and you can dictate what that life's like. You can go out there and make a difference in your life and not fucking feel insecure and try to tear people down and start to treat other people's success as your failure or your failure as their success. Each person has their own appetite for success. Some people are like, give me the whole fucking menu. I want to eat it all. I want everything. And some people are like, nope, I just want that. And the first thing is you got to know what you want. What does success look like for you? Is success making more money? Is success having more time? Is success getting married? What is success? Like for me, success is happiness. It's having fulfillment. I've had a lot of money, I've lost a lot of money, and I'm rebuilding money, right? But I also want to be challenged, and I'm hungry to matter, and I'm hungry to win, and I'm hungry to put a dent in the universe and make a difference in people's lives and make a difference for my family's lives. I'm hungry for all that, but I also want happiness. So you've got to ask yourself what success looks like for you, and then you've got to determine what your appetite is for that. Because every time you want to eat more on that menu for success, you have got to risk something. You're not going to get something on that menu and it not cost you something. It's going to cost you something. And that's why you've really got to determine your appetite of what it is you want, what you're willing to sacrifice. Because that's how it works. You eat everything on the menu, you're sacrificing getting fat. You're going to get some fucking lard on your ass, right? Is it worth the squeeze? The juice, is it worth the squeeze? Are you getting enough out of it? This is worth this and this is worth this. So I'm willing to do this, because this is what I'd like to do. And I'm okay with sacrificing these two things. But you've got to understand what your appetite is, because everyone's appetite is different. Some people with an addictive personality, their appetite is unlimited. And when your appetite's unlimited, then guess what your risk tolerance is? It's unlimited. And guess what you're sacrificing? Anything and everything. And that is not the route to win. You lose 100 pounds, losing 1 pound at a time. You climb 100 stairs, climbing 1 stair at a time. That's how it works. So you do the same thing for your goals and your appetite for success. And like I said, to me, success is happiness. So success can look a different way. It's not your job title. It's not how much money you made. It's how happy you are. I've seen people working at McDonald's or Walmart or, Bojangles that are happier than a puppy with 2 Peters. That's a weird analogy, but it's what my dad used to say. They're just that happy, right? God bless them. That's success. If they're happy, they're successful. I've seen people with all the money in the world, not happy, depressed, want to commit suicide. That's not success. They're just rich. Success is not rich. Success is happiness and fulfillment. But dude, me without my shirt is like seeing Jesus wrapped up in a blanket. It's fucking amazing. You know what I call my body? I call my body a pool body. So from the chest up, dude, I'm fucking jacked. It's like, hell yeah, that guy's in shape from the chest up, yeah. But then when you get out, I got some belly. It's like a dad bod. It's like, oh, he's probably a dad or a grandpa or something, right? That's kind of in, right? That's it. That's why I said like shirt off, chest up, like I'm a bad motherfucker. So if we were able to like edit this video right here for this podcast, we got TikTok Live, I'd make it a shirtless podcast. We just have to cut it from right here, where I just look like I'm all fucking jacked like a tank. A lot of females want stability. They want to be able to feel like they're secure. They want to live a certain lifestyle. I mean, look at some of the famous and rich people out there that are ugly as sin, that have beautiful women with them. Why is that? It's not because they're in tip-top shape. It's not because they're the sweetest people in the world. It's because they have a lifestyle and they have income that can really change your outlook in life and make you and stabilize your situation. But then you get these people, and I'm talking to you parents out there, especially the ones that are running your mouth to your kids about me, and those kids are running their mouth to my kids about me from your mouth. You're insecure. You see me and you get intimidated. You see me go to the top and then lose everything, and you think because you've never even climbed the mountain and you've sat in your underwear eating SpaghettiOs your whole life, or you've got daddy's money, or it's been hand down to your life and you don't know how to work, that you can come out here and talk about me? That you can come out here and pretend you've walked in my shoes? That you can come out here and say these things and get your kids? You and your kids are losers. That's what it is. You will never accomplish anything, and as long as you're instilling that bullshit and hate in your kids, they won't ever accomplish anything. They'll be the type of kids that will never get there where they want to get to because they're too worried about running their mouth about other people that are trying to do things the right way. But this ain't the cloud's fault. This ain't God's fault. This ain't my fault. This is your fault. This is you not doing what you need to do. This is you blaming everybody else for your shortcomings. The moment people stop blaming everybody else, the moment people stop worrying about everybody else and why they're successful and how did they get there, I bet they did this, and start hating and try to diminish what people have accomplished, and you start focusing on yourself, you will better your life, I swear to God. I swear, like, I don't get into that minutia. I love to see success. I don't give a shit how somebody got from A to Z. I love to see that they got to Z. I'm happy for them. I'm not tearing them down. I admire them and I want to get to Z. That's how life should be. Most people don't bet on themselves, also don't believe in others. You got to love yourself before you love others, and that's facts. You have to love yourself before you love others, but you also have to believe in yourself before you can believe in others. And if you don't believe you can ever do it, then you truly don't believe someone else can do it, so you're tearing them down. You're finding reasons for why they're successful, and you think it's all bullshit, and it's a facade because you're not successful because you don't believe in yourself. But if you start to believe in yourself, then you can start to believe in other people, and you can start to see the good in other people and what they're trying to do. And that becomes a powerful force because you learn what they're trying to do and you're trying to do what you do. You kind of blend all that in, and guess what? You're unstoppable. That momentum kicks in and you just start to just grow. When you're relevant, you're going to get bullied. When you're irrelevant, nobody gives a about you. You're just another sheep in the herd. Just another cattle in the herd. But when you're a lion or a buffalo and you're relevant, guess what? People are going to find a way to knock on you. Whether you got too little, you got too much, they're scared of you. They're intimidated of you. They're fearful of you. They're jealous of you. Bother them. And you know what? That's a great thing. That means you're relevant. Now, not everybody wants to be relevant. Some people want to be irrelevant and they want to be in the herd, and that's okay. This right here, I want to be relevant. I want to be relevant. So I'll take the bullying when I was broke, and I'll take the bullying if I got money, because you know why? I've learned to give zero fucks. And I want to start owning the hour and conquering the day. And I advise you to do the same. I've got to do a better job of that. Sometimes we get stagnant, we get comfortable, and we don't need to. We need to be hungry. Like, I'm so hungry right now. So I'm like in here, I'm meeting with the CFO. I'm doing all this. I'm talking to the sales manager. I'm talking to the CEO. Like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? We got these things lined up. Like, I've got to just keep my brain going. I got to keep rocking. I can't stop. Let's go. I got this major energy. I just want to go. I don't want to let go. I just want to win. I just keep going, right? That's just how my mind works. And I want to talk about why people buy. People don't buy based on price. People don't buy based on all of those things. They buy with emotion, and then they justify the logic. So in order to be a great salesperson or a great sales company, you got to have a great product, and you got to be able to fix a need or a problem. And you got to be emotionally attached with your product or your brand to be able to get people to buy with that emotion and let them justify the logic. When you're doing that, when you're producing a product or you're getting a call to action, you got to get emotion involved. It's got to be emotionally attached. It doesn't have to be scared attached. It just has to be emotionally attached. It could be exciting, could be fear, could be energetic. Any of these emotions that they can tie themselves to your product is good. Sell the transformation, not the product. Sell the result of the product, right? I got you this product and here's the result. You want to push and talk about the result, not the product itself. The result is what's important. Don't argue your prices. Know what your worth is and stand by it. I can't stress that enough. Fear is the devil. How many times that your biggest fears come to reality? Why do you think that is? Because you're manifesting the fear to create bad mojo, bad energy, and bad shit to happen. I always say both people are right. I can succeed and I won't succeed. The guy who says either or of those is right. If he says I can succeed, he will. If he says I can't, he won't. It's the same thing with fear. If you believe things to be good and right, in most cases they will be. If you believe in things to be bad and you're scared of them, in most cases, they will be. FEAR. Forget everything and run. Or do I face everything and rise? When fear happens, do I face everything and rise? And that's the question. And that's the question you got to ask yourself. What do you do when something comes up? Something tough, something hard, something you're scared of, something that you've never experienced before. That doubt kicks in, that insecurity kicks in. What do? Do you face everything and rise, or do you forget everything and run? This isn't your plan in life. This is God's plan for you. It's your job to execute it and have self-will and make the right decisions as you go along the way. But damn it, it isn't now. It's not God help me now. It's God will help you. That's how this works. You will succeed. It's not succeed now. It's I will succeed. Things sometimes take time. You have to have patience. I am guilty of not having patience. I lose my shit all the time. Like, damn it, why aren't we doing better? Why aren't we doing this? I'm guilty of that. I'm human. Like, I need to practice what I preach. I always say, like, if you're going to pay for marketing, you're going to pay rent, you're going to pay your employees, you better pay for some self-improvement so you can be the leader that you need to be in any industry that you're in. But the rule of thumb is this. You can't open a business for money. You can't chase money. You have to chase success. I always say, when you open a business, you got to create a service. You got to be excited to do something. You got to make a dent in this world. It's got to be bigger than you. You got to build the brand. It's got to be bigger than you. But the rule number one is whatever dollars you make, you pay your people first, your vendors second, reinvest into the business third. You get paid nothing. Zip, zilch. For all of my companies, I either wasn't paid or paid very little for 2 years. Like Power Home Solar, I didn't get a paycheck for 19 months. No paycheck. Free working. And people don't realize, that's what it takes. You have to reinvest your money into the business to make money. And the number one thing I think people struggle with is they're so much closer than they think and they quit too early.
Yes.
Because they walk up to that mountain or they walk up to that building and they go, oh, smokes. In order to get up there, it's like 150, flights of stairs. Just get to level 2 and then get to level 3.
I agree with you so much.
You got to stay in the moment.